Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Welcome back to our channel. After a comprehensive overview about the initial 29 types of angels created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Malak al-Tadbīr, also called al-Mudabbirāt Amran, among the countless ranks of angels created by Allah, one of the most mysterious and majestic categories are the Malak al-Tadbīr, the angels of divine administration and management, also referred to in the Qur'an as al-Mudabbirāt Amran, those who arrange matters by Allah's command. Their very title carries profound weight. Tadbīr in Arabic means to carefully plan, regulate, organize, and bring something to its destined conclusion. Thus, these angels are entrusted with the cosmic administration of Allah's decree, acting as the unseen governors of creation, executing the divine order across the heavens and the earth. These are the beings of unfathomable might, created from the most luminous light of Nur Muhammadi, meaning the divine light of Prophet Muhammad. Unlike the more well-known angels such as Jibril, Mikael, Israfil and Azratil, the Malak al-Tadbīr are not commonly spoken of in detail in mainstream tafsir, but their role is hinted at throughout the Qur'an and Hadith in descriptions of how creation is managed, the descent of rain, the growth of life, the succession of night and day, the decree of sustenance, the rise and fall of nations, even the turning of hearts. They are the administrators of the divine kingdom, working silently and ceaselessly, hidden behind the veil of apparent causes. Classical commentators such as Hazrat Imam al-Razi, Hazrat Ibn Kathir, and Hazrat Qurtubi mention that these angels are not random beings but an organized rank, each one assigned to a specific sphere of governance. Some are responsible for the stars and celestial bodies, others for the winds and oceans, others for the cycles of life and death, and others for the destinies of human beings. In this sense, they are the unseen ministers of the cosmic empire, carrying out orders from the highest throne. Tasawwufi and tariqat traditions went even deeper, recognizing these angels as embodiments of divine names. Just as angel Jibril embodies the attribute of revelation, and angel Mikael the attribute of provision, the Malaika al-Tadbīr embody the divine attribute of al-Mudabbir, the one who regulates all affairs. They are seen as extensions of the breath of mercy, meaning nafas al-Rahmah, flowing from Allah, weaving creation into harmony. Their presence is continuous yet unnoticed, their actions subtle yet absolute. The mystics understood that to perceive their work was to glimpse the hidden order behind the chaos of the world. What makes these angels especially significant is the link between the macrocosm and the microcosm. Just as they administer the vast universe, so too do they play a role in the inner universe of the human being. Tasawwufi teachers often explain that the Malak al-Tadbīr whisper inspirations of alignment into the hearts of the seekers, arranging inner states just as they arrange outer realities. In this way, they serve as a bridge between the cosmic decree and human destiny. Thus, angels Malak al-Tadbīr is not merely about learning of another class of angels, but about encountering the divine architecture of existence itself. They remind us that nothing in this world is random. Every wind, every heartbeat, every turning of history is guided by the command of Allah through His angelic agents. Their silence teaches trust, their hiddenness calls for faith, and their presence urges us to live in harmony with the divine order. Before going further, a quick update. All our videos are available in both English and Urdu languages on our YouTube channel. You can find them by navigating to our playlists, where all our videos are available for your convenience. Now let's continue. Qur'an mentions the clearest and most direct reference is in Surah An-Nāziʿāt verses 1 to 5, by those who extract violently and by those who remove gently, and by those who glide swiftly, and by those who race ahead, and by those who arrange each matter, called al-Mudabbirat Amran. Here, scholars differed. Some say the oaths are about angels with different roles, like removing souls, gliding in commands, racing to execute Allah's decree, arranging affairs. The fifth oath, al-Mudabbirat Amran, is linked to angels who carry out divine administration, called Malak al-Tadbīr. Other verses also allude to their function without naming them directly. In Surah Yunus, verse 31, say, "Who provides for you from the heavens and the earth, who owns hearing and sight, and who brings the living out of the dead, and the dead out of the living, and who arranges the affairs called Yudabbiru al-Amr." Classical tafsir explains that angels called Malak al-Tadbīr are the means by which Allah's Tadbīr, meaning arrangement, manifests. In Surah Al-Sajdah, verse 5, He arranges Yudabbiru, the matter, from the heaven to the earth. Then it will ascend to Him in a day whose measure is 1,000 years of what you count. Again, scholars say this arrangement is carried out by angels of Tadbīr. In Surah Al-Ra'd, verse 2, He regulates, meaning Yudabbiru, the affair. He details the signs so that you may be certain of the meeting with your Lord. In Surah As-Safat, verses 1 and 2. By those who range themselves in ranks, and those who drive the clouds, and those who recite the message. Note, those who range themselves in ranks termed Junud, and verses nearby are read as describing angelic ranks who carry out ordained functions. Another place commentators include the administrative angelic activity of Malak al-Tadbīr. In Surah An-Nāziʿāt, verse 4, the angels and the Spirit ascend to Him in a day the measure of which is 50,000 years. In tafsir, these are angels who carry orders upward and downward linked to Malak al-Tadbīr. Surah At-Tawbah, verses 25 and 26. Then Allah sent down His tranquility upon His messenger and upon the believers, and sent down soldiers as angels whom you did not see. This is again an instance where angelic agents come to carry out a divine effect, comfort, reinforcement, and punishment related to Malak al-Tadbīr. In our previous videos, we also explored the verse on how Allah created every living thing from water, the creation of the waters above the dome and below the flat earth, firmament dome, above the flat earth, actual shape of the earth according to the Qur'an and Islamic cosmology, primordial waters of the heavens, the kursi, meaning the footstool of Allah, the arsh, meaning the throne of Allah, Lawḥ al-Maḥfūẓ, the sacred tablet, the pen, meaning al-Qalam. Why Allah created the universe, the first creation of Allah, the 7 portals and dimensions of the universe, and discussed where Allah was before He created the universe. If you haven't watched them yet, please do. Now, let's continue. Hadith mentions angelic reinforcement at battles like Badr, Hunain. Narrations in the Sahih collections and early historians report that angels fought along with the believers at Badr, and that soldiers you did not see were sent down. These reports are taken as direct examples of angels implementing Allah's plan in history, leading to Malak al-Tadbīr, angels ascending and descending with decrees. Where there are narrations that describe angels ascending with the command and descending with provision, mercy, or decree, commentators tie these images to the functioning of angels who arrange matters linked to Malak al-Tadbīr. Tafsir works Hazrat Ibn Kathir, Hazrat al-Qurtubi, Hazrat al-Rasi, and more others take Surah 79 verse 5 and related verses and explain that Allah swears by the angels who regulate affairs. They then cite Quranic incidents, angels at Badr, angels bringing Sakinah, angels who recite the book, and more, and hadith to illustrate the manifold ways angels execute the divine ordering of the cosmos. Tasawwufi masters Hazrat Ibn Arabi, Hazrat al-Ghazali, Hazrat Rumi, and several others read the verses esoterically. They enumerate angelic functions in macrocosm and microcosm, understand al-Mudabbirāt as active, in both outward nature and the inner regulation of human hearts, and treat angelic administration as continuous spiritual maintenance of the world. Descriptions and numbers, classical tafsir and tasawwufi works describe them not by physical details since they belong to the unseen, but by their functions. As carriers of divine command, they receive Allah's command from the higher realm and execute it in the lower realms, meaning al-Samawat to al-Ard. Tafsir al-Tabari and al-Qurtubi say these angels are divided into ranks, meaning sufuf, each responsible for an aspect of creation like clouds, winds and rain, sustenance and provisions, protection of believers, execution of divine punishments, recording and observing. They never delay in executing Allah's command. They are described in Tasawwufi texts as forces of light, meaning Quwat Nuriya, who bring harmony between the heavens and earth. Unlike humans and jinn, they do not choose. Their Tadbīr, meaning administration, is purely reflective of Allah's irada, meaning will. Tafsir al-Qurtubi, the Mudabbirat are a vast host of angels whose numbers only Allah knows. Hazrat Ibn Kathir say they are countless, distributed across the heavens and earth, each with tasks they never failed to perform. Hadith in Sahih Muslim state, the heaven creaked, for there is no space the width of 4 fingers except that an angel is prostrating or standing in worship, indicating billions of angels. Tasawwufi masters Hazrat Ibn Arabi, Hazrat Rusbahan al-Bakli say each human is accompanied by angels of Tadbir beyond just the Kiraman Katibin, the recorders. There are 360 angels connected to the body's breaths and health, ensuring balance between the nafs and ruh. Cosmic Tadbir involves 70,000 angels moving between heavens and earth daily, carrying decrees. Based on tafsir of Qur'an, Surah 32 verse 5, roll with the prophets. With Prophet Adam alayhi salam. When Allah created Prophet Adam, angels of Tadbir were ordered to serve him as Khalifa on earth. They carried sustenance, rains, and natural order to maintain the world where Adam and his descendants would live. Angels of protection also warned him against Iblis, though the trial was ultimately his to face. With Prophet alayhi salam, angels of Tadbir controlled clouds, winds, and the deluge. When the great flood came, it was these angels who released the rains from the heavens and caused the waters of the earth to gush forth. Tasawwufi commentators say, Angel Jibril was given the command of revelation, but the Mudabbirat executed the cosmic decree of flood and rescue. With Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, angels of Tadbir visited him in human form with glad tidings of a son prophet Ishaq and news of punishment for the people of Lut. They carried out Tadbir of mercy, meaning Rahmah, and Tadbir of destruction, meaning Adhab, in one journey. They also cooled the fire when Ibrahim was thrown into it. Allah commanded, as stated in Qur'an Surah 21 verse 69, O fire, be cool and safe for Ibrahim. And angels of Tadbir carried that command into the physical world. With Prophet Lut alayhi salam, the same angels of Tadbir destroyed his people by overturning the towns, as stated in Qur'an Surah 11 verse 82. They are described as carrying stones marked by Allah, casting them with precision, as stated in Surah 51 verses 33 and 34. Thus, angels Mudabbirat executed both cosmic punishment and personal protection, saving Lut. With Prophet Musa alayhi salam, when Prophet Musa faced Pharaoh, angels of Tadbir were present in each miracle: staff turning into a serpent, the sea parting, plagues on the Egyptians like blood, locusts, frogs, darkness. Each of these was Tadbir of nature by angels, executing Allah's will in the material realm. When Musa asked to see Allah on Mount Tur, At-Tajalli, meaning manifestation of Allah's command, was revealed upon the mountain. Mufassirun say angels of Tadbir bore the divine command that shattered the mountain. With Prophet Isa alayhi salam, Angels of Tadbir played a role in miracles of healing and sustenance, giving life to the dead with Allah's permission, bringing down the heavenly table, meaning Ma'idah, when the disciples requested it. They also carried the command to strengthen Sayyidah Maryam with provision and protection during childbirth with Prophet Muhammad. Angels of Tadbir were deeply involved in his mission. In Badr, thousands of angels were sent to fight. These are Mudabbirat of war and victory. In Uhud, angels protected him though he was wounded, but when obedience was broken by Muslims, Allah restrained them. In the Battle of the Trench, or known as Khandak, angels of Tadbir sent winds and unseen hosts that defeated Quraysh. Angels arranged the Isra wal Miraj, where Angel Jibril guided him, but hosts of Tadbir arranged the heavens for his passage. Tasawwufi symbolism. 1. Cosmic administration. Outwardly they are angels arranging rain, winds, punishments, life and death. Inwardly they symbolize the unseen order that governs the universe. Hazrat Ibn Arabi. They are the breaths of the divine names, each carrying out the effect of a name in the world. Example, Al-Razak provides sustenance through Mikael's hosts. Al-Mumit gives death through Azrael's hosts. Al-Hadi gives guidance through Jibril's hosts. 2. Reflections in the human being. Tasawwufi masters teach man is a small universe, meaning Alam Sagir. Just as angels of Tadbir manage the cosmos, inner angels manage the human soul and body. 360 angels are said to govern human health, breath, and circulation. Angels of Tadbir balance the nafs, meaning ego, qalb, meaning heart, akel, meaning intellect, and ruh, meaning spirit. Hazrat al-Kushairi. They are the luminous forces that protect the seeker from collapse under the burden. Linked to the 4 archangels, Angel Jibril as knowledge and light, as Tadbir of revelation and guidance. Angel Mikael provides sustenance and provision as Tadbir of rizq and inner nourishment. Angel Israfil gives life and resurrection as Tadbir of beginnings and renewals. Angel Azrael gives death and transition as Tadbir of endings and transformations. In Tasawwufi symbolism, these 4 govern not only the cosmos, but also the 4 stations of the seeker. Il meaning knowledge as light of Jibril. Qana'a meaning contentment as sustenance of Mikael. Nafk meaning spiritual breath as renewal of Israfil. Fana meaning annihilation in Allah as transition through Azrael. 4. The breath meaning nafas as angelic Tadbir. Hazrat Ibn Ari and Hazrat Najm al-Din Kubra say, every breath of the seeker is accompanied by angels who carry decrees into his state. The purified nafas meaning breath becomes like a Mudabbirat, arranging the affairs of the soul in harmony with Allah's will. The angels of Tadbir are the breaths of the Arif, the knower of Allah. 5. Symbolism in prophetic miracles. Tasawwufi masters interpret the angels of Tadbir as inner forces that manifest outwardly in the lives of prophets. Prophet Nuh's flood as purification of the heart through tears and floods of repentance. Prophet Ibrahim's cooling the fire is same as the passion in the seeker by angelic light. Prophet Musa's sea-splitting is separation between ego the Pharaoh and spirit the blessed city of Aqsa. Prophet Isa reviving the dead as awakening the deadened heart to life. Prophet Muhammad's angels in battle as unseen forces of yaqeen, certainty that defeat inner doubt. 6. The secret of Qiyamah. Outwardly, angels of Tadbir will cause cosmic upheaval, stars falling, earth quaking. Inwardly, Qiyamah is also the seeker's personal resurrection when his inner world collapses in Fana, and the angels of Tadbir rearrange it in Baka, the eternal subsistence in Allah. Rusbihan al-Bakli, the Mudabbirat, are the secret architects of the heart's resurrection, bringing forth the deeds from the tombs of forgetfulness, secrets according to Tasawwufi. They are not separate beings only, but also inner realities. In Tasawwuf, every angel outside has a mirror inside the human soul. They manifest the divine names in time. Each moment is delivered by angels of Tadbīr from the preserved tablet al-Maḥfūẓ to creation. They show that the universe is in constant surrender. The Mudabbirāt remind seekers that everything around them is already in taslim, meaning submission, the secret of servanthood, meaning ubudiyya. Just as angels never disobey, the seeker must train his heart to act instantly in obedience, becoming like an angel of Tadbīr in his own world. Tasawwufi commentary Hazrat Imam Ghazali. In Ihya Ulum al-Din, Ghazali interprets Malak al-Tadbīr primarily in the ethical spiritual sense. They symbolize the precise consequences of human deeds. He describes them as agents of divine justice in the grave and barzakh, enforcing the exact balance between mercy and retribution. For Imam Ghazali, their presence teaches believers the subtle law of causality in the spiritual realm. Even unseen deeds have consequences, and Malak al-Tadbīr ensure no action goes unrecorded or unexecuted. In Tasawwufi symbolism, he compares them to a perfectly balanced scale, reflecting divine wisdom that operates invisibly, often unnoticed, yet meticulously precise. He also links their presence to the need for muraqabah, meaning self-watchfulness, dhikr, and adherence to prophetic guidance, so that the soul's station in the grave and barzakh is one of light rather than constriction. Hazrat Ibn Arabi, known as al-Shaykh al-Akbar, Hazrat Ibn Arabi presents Malak al-Tadbīr as the divine administrators of creation and destiny, the invisible hands through which Allah's decrees operate in every realm, this world, barzakh, and qiyamah. He emphasizes that the soul's journey after death is precisely orchestrated by these angels. In his Futuhat al-Makkiyah, he writes that the stations of the soul, its confinement, illumination, or expansion, are all pre-measured and executed by these celestial regulators. According to him, the soul perceives these angels indirectly as light and movement within the subtle realms. When a seeker purifies the heart, they may witness the angels in dreams or kashf as luminous forms, administering the divine decree. Hazrat Ibn Arabi also links them to the spiritual hierarchy of creation. While angels are constantly in dhikr, Malak al-Tadbīr carry out precise execution of commands, demonstrating a balance between obedience and divine wisdom. He stresses the mystical lesson. The soul must submit to divine order in life to experience ease in barzakh and qiyamah. Resistance manifests as constriction, reflecting the angel's administration of the decree. Hazrat Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani. Hazrat Sheikh Jilani highlights Malak al-Tadbīr as angels who carry divine commands into the microcosm of every human life, from conception to death. He teaches that these angels are active in the soul's posthumous journey, preparing the pathways of the grave and barzakh according to each individual's spiritual state. In his discourses, he states that the angel's meticulous order in barzakh mirrors the divine order in the physical world. A person who lived in compliance with divine law experiences harmony in their posthumous journey, while the negligent encounter restriction and trial. Hazrat Jilani also emphasizes that meditation, dhikr, and murshid guidance can attune the heart to the subtle activity of these angels, allowing spiritual perception and protection. Hazrat Maulana Rumi. Maulana Rumi, the student of Hazrat Shams Tabriz, writes in his Masnavi, presents Malak al-Tadbīr allegorically as invisible threads weaving the fabric of destiny. He describes the soul's post-death journey as passing through a landscape meticulously arranged by these angels, light for the obedient, darkness for the negligent, always in perfect accordance with divine will. For Maulana Rumi, the angel's role demonstrates the central Sufi theme, submission to divine order, meaning tawakkul, and annihilation of ego, meaning fana. The soul that resists divine order suffers constriction, while the soul aligned with Allah experiences expansion and illumination. He also emphasizes their symbolic teaching. Humans may surpass angels in spiritual station if they exercise free will righteously, a lesson deeply tied to the soul's accountability in Barzakh and Qiyamah. Hazrat Shams Tabriz. Hazrat Shams Tabriz, the Murshid of Maulana Rumi, emphasizes the experiential reality of these angels for the seeker. They may appear in kashf or dreams, often symbolized as bright, orderly, and awe-inspiring forms. He highlights that their primary purpose is to ensure justice and harmony, guiding the soul's experience in the unseen. In his view, Malak al-Tadbīr teach the seeker the importance of inner vigilance and obedience, because divine order is executed through his angels at all levels: the individual, the cosmos, and the afterlife. Hazrat Shams often narrates that the unseen realm is alive with these angels, continuously executing Allah's commands with perfection, a lesson in humility for the seeker. Possibility of seeing them in real life. Only prophets had certainty in seeing angels in their true or human-like form. Angel Jibril came to the Prophet in the form of a man. Angels came to Prophets Ibrahim and Lut as guests. Sayyida Maryam saw an angel in the form of a man. Awliya, the friends of Allah, some saints and awliya, are granted rare moments of angelic encounter. These are not ordinary visions but divinely granted unveilings. Masters say a purified heart may see angels outwardly, but usually they take human form, not their true celestial form. Seeing them in dreams, the most common form of angelic vision. Angels may appear in symbolic forms, as luminous beings or beings of great beauty, sometimes as men in white garments based on hadith descriptions. Dream visits are often messages or signs, especially if a person is consistent in dhikr, Qur'an recitation, or service to deen. Hazrat Ibn Sirin, the famous dream interpreter, said, "Seeing angels in dreams is glad tidings, provided they do not bring fear or call to evil." Seeing them in kashf, meaning spiritual unveiling. Kashf means inner unveiling, when Allah lifts the veil of ghaib for a seeker. Through dhikr, muraqabah, fasting, and guidance of a murshid, a person may witness angels with the eye of the heart, meaning basira. Hazrat Ibn Arabi and Najm al-Din Kubra describe angels appearing as lights, colors, or spiritual presences during states of intense dhikr. Example, angels of mercy appearing as gentle radiance. Angels of punishment appearing as fire-like images. This is not physical sight but true spiritual perception. Conditions for seeing angels. Scholars and tasawwufi masters mention certain inner and outer conditions. Purity of heart and body like wudu, tahajjud, lawful sustenance, constant dhikr with breath, meaning zikr al-nafas. The heart becomes like a mirror. Company of a Kamil Murshid to guide and protect from illusions. True sincerity, seeking only Allah, not visions. Submission to Qur'an and Sunnah. No unveiling is real if it contradicts revelation. Cautions and warnings. Not every vision is angelic. Shaitan can appear in dream or kashf, imitating light or beauty. The ego may project images during intense meditation. Believing oneself special because of seeing angels can destroy spiritual progress. Tasawwufi masters say that visions are not the goal. Allah is the goal. If a vision leads to arrogance, it is from Shaitan. Hazrat al-Kushairi said, "The seeker should not seek visions, for they are tests. If they come, let him thank Allah and remain humble. If they do not, let him continue in worship without despair." Role of Malak al-Tadbīr in the grave. After death, the soul leaves the body, and the Malak al-Tadbīr, being executors of divine commands, ensure that the decrees concerning the soul's journey are carried out perfectly. They work in coordination with angels Munkar and Nakir, guiding the questioning process in the grave. For the believer, they orchestrate the comfort of the soul by directing angels of mercy to expand the grave, illuminate it, and envelope the soul with tranquility. For sinners or disbelievers, angels Malak al-Tadbīr coordinate the constriction of the grave and the delivery of appropriate punishments according to divine decree. In Tasawwufi understanding, these angels are the invisible regulators of divine justice, ensuring that every soul experiences exactly what was decreed from Allah al-Maḥfūẓ. They balance mercy and accountability in the grave. Role in Barzakh, the intermediate realm. In Barzakh, the soul exists between the worldly life and resurrection. Here, angels Malak al-Tadbīr maintain the divine balance. They manage the spiritual stations of souls, aligning each according to deeds and purity. Believers are guided to experience peace, receive glimpses of their future rewards, and are surrounded by angels of mercy, coordinated by Malak al-Tadbīr. Sinners experience confinement, restriction, or discomfort according to divine wisdom, with Malak al-Tadbīr orchestrating these processes. Masters like Hazrat Ibn Arabi and Hazrat al-Kushairi describe them as the unseen administrators of the posthumous journey, controlling the flow of divine decree in Barzakh and reflecting the exact measure of each soul's deeds. The Barzakh is also where the influence of earthly actions manifests, and Malak al-Tadbīr ensure that the results of each act, reward or punishment, are implemented flawlessly. Role on the day of Qiyamah. On Qiyamah, angels Malak al-Tadbīr have a monumental role in executing Allah's cosmic orders. They assist in organizing the resurrection of all beings according to divine decree. They coordinate with angels Raqib and Atid to present the full record of deeds. They ensure that each soul is brought to its designated place, to paradise or hell, aligning with the commands recorded in al-Lawḥ al-Maḥfūẓ. These angels work in tandem with the bearers of the throne, the Hamala al-Arsh, highlighting their supreme administrative function on the day of reckoning. The Tariqat perspective emphasizes that Malak al-Tadbīr are not merely executors, but reflect the cosmic harmony of divine justice and wisdom, showing the meticulous order behind the apparent chaos of the Day of Judgment. Through them, the believer witnesses the perfect orchestration of divine decree, where nothing is missed and everything occurs in absolute precision. Protection and awareness through a Kamil Murshid. In Tariqat and Tasawwufi tradition, the guidance of a Kamil Murshid, the perfect spiritual guide, is essential for understanding and aligning oneself with the unseen realities, including angels Malak al-Tadbīr. The Murshid teaches the seeker to cultivate awareness of divine order, the reality that every action is meticulously observed and executed in both this world and the unseen. Through structured spiritual exercises like Asal Dhikr, Muraqaba, Nafas exercises, the Murshid helps the seeker align their heart and soul with divine commands, reducing conflict with the angel's administration of justice. Practical steps emphasized by Murshids include constant remembrance, meaning dhikr of Allah, synchronizing the breath with the divine name to create a state of spiritual vigilance, ethical rectitude and purification of the heart, which shields the soul from the constrictive influence of the angels in Barzakh and the grave, sincere intention, meaning niyyah in all deeds, ensuring that every act, even mundane, carries the seal of divine obedience. The Murshid also teaches inner perception of angels' activity, allowing the seeker to sense their presence in dreams, kashf, or subtle spiritual experiences, fostering a deeper sense of accountability. A Murshid awakens the seeker to the reality that every breath is a form shaped by zikr. By teaching breath zikr, the murshid transforms the human into a being of continuous remembrance, surpassing angels. A Kamil Murshid, meaning a perfect spiritual guide, is considered in Tasawwuf the inheritor of the Prophet, guiding seekers on the path from clay meaning nafs to light meaning ruh. The Kamil Murshid helps awaken this nafas al-Rahman meaning breath of the All-Merciful within the disciple, also as stated in Surah Kaf verse 17. Whoever Allah guides is truly guided, but whoever He leaves to stray, you will never find for them a murshid, meaning a spiritual guide. Angels are always in dhikr, but their dhikr is fixed and limited to the forms Allah gave them. Man, however, through guidance of a murshid, can transform his every breath into dhikr, making his remembrance continuous, like angels, and even higher because it comes through free will. In tariqat, the murshid teaches habs al-nafas, meaning watching the breath, and zikr khafi, meaning silent dhikr. Every inhalation and every exhalation affirms Allah and He alone. This makes the seeker live in the constant rhythm of divine presence. Through Qur'an, several Qur'anic passages emphasize Allah's protection and the administration of His decree. Surah Al-Hashr verse 18 state, O you who believe, be mindful of your duty to Allah, and let every soul look to what it has sent forth for tomorrow. Surah Al-Infitar verses 10 to 12 state, and verily over you are keepers, noble recorders who know what you do. Regular recitation, reflection, and integration of these verses into spiritual practice protect the believer from negligence of divine awareness. Specific surahs for spiritual protection recommended by Tasawwufi masters include Surah Al-Fatiha for guidance and mercy, Surah Al-Mulk for protection from punishment and trials of the grave, Surahs Al-Ikhlas, Al-Falaq, and Nas for protection from unseen harms and evil influences. Through du'as, Tasawwufi masters encourage daily supplications to seek divine protection from constriction in the grave, trials of barzakh, and misalignment with divine decree. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min adabi al-qabr wa fitnati al-barzakh wa shar ma qaddamtu wa akhartu. Meaning, O Allah, I seek refuge in you from the punishment of the grave, the trials of the barzakh, and from the evil of my past and future deeds. These supplications cultivate awareness of angels Malak al-Tadbīr's role, invoking Allah's mercy to soften the execution of divine decree while maintaining spiritual vigilance. Practical spiritual awareness. Tasawwufi masters emphasize that spiritual awareness of angels Malak al-Tadbīr is cultivated, not automatically received. Key practices include contemplation on divine decree, reflecting daily on the balance of mercy and justice in life, observation of inner states, monitoring one's intentions and aligning them with divine will, purification of the nafs, removing arrogance, envy, and heedlessness, which attract constriction in barzakh and misalignment with angelic order. The seeker gradually perceives angelic orchestration as inner guidance, light in the heart, and clarity in spiritual decision-making. Acts to do: regular prayer and salah. Perform all 5 daily prayers punctually and with concentration, meaning khushu. Include witr and tahajjud for spiritual refinement. Prayer aligns the soul with divine commands and creates a protective spiritual light. Continuous dhikr, meaning remembrance of Allah. Recite Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar after each prayer. Synchronize dhikr with the breath, meaning nafas al-Rahma, as taught in Sufi practice, enhancing awareness and spiritual vigilance. Dhikr strengthens connection to unseen angels and attunes the heart to divine decree. Daily recitation of protective surahs like Al-Fatiha, Al-Mulk, Al-Ikhlas, Al-Falaq, and Nas. Reflect on verses emphasizing accountability and divine decree like Surah Al-Hashr verse 18 and Al-Infitar verses 10 to 12. Meditation on Quranic guidance trains the soul to live in harmony with angelic administration. Charity, meaning sadaqah, fasting and service to others, create light that shields the soul. Honest trade, fulfilling promises, and maintaining justice attract mercy and facilitate ease in barzakh. Seeking knowledge under a Kamil Murshid ensures correct understanding and spiritual guidance. Regularly recite protective du'as for the grave, barzakh, and qiyamah. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min adabil al-qabr wa fitnati al-barzakh wa shar ma qadamtu wa akhartu. Ask Allah for guidance, mercy, and protection from constriction in the unseen realms, repentance for past sins, and ongoing purification of the heart. Cultivate humility, gratitude, and reliance on Allah, meaning tawakkul. Control of the nafs, anger, and worldly desires to remain in alignment with divine order. Acts to avoid neglect of prayer and dhikr, ignoring prayers or performing them without sincerity. Forgetfulness of Allah diminishes spiritual awareness and protection from unseen trials. Arrogance, pride, and ego. Acting with superiority, envy, or ego-driven ambition resists divine order. Such traits attract constriction and trials in barzakh and qiyamah. Sinful deeds like lying, stealing, harming others, or other major sins knowingly. Repeated disobedience increases resistance to spiritual alignment and divine mercy. Ignoring guidance from Qur'an, Hadith, or Murshid. Spiritual negligence disconnects the soul from perceiving angelic orchestration. Misuse of free will. Choosing harmful actions without reflection, thereby accumulating consequences. Angels Malak al-Tadbīr execute divine decree precisely, so misaligned choices increase spiritual difficulty, attachment to worldly desires, excessive indulgence in materialism, or transient pleasures without ethical balance. Distracts the heart from divine alignment and invites constriction in unseen realms. So, dear viewers, angels Malak al-Tadbīr, the angels who meticulously carry out Allah's commands, occupy a profound role in the spiritual cosmos. They are the unseen regulators of divine decree, administering the outcomes of human actions from birth to the grave, barzakh, and ultimately on qiyamah. Their presence underscores a central truth in Islamic and Sufi thought. Every soul is under constant divine supervision, and every action, whether visible or hidden, has consequences in the seen and unseen worlds. Tasawwufi masters such as Hazrat Ibn Arabi, Hazrat Imam Ghazali, Hazrat Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani, Rumi, and Hazrat Shams Tabriz emphasize that understanding and perceiving these angels is not merely an intellectual exercise, but a path of spiritual refinement and consciousness. They teach that through submission, dhikr, purification, ethical living, and guidance under Kamil Murshid, one aligns the heart with the rhythm of divine order, thereby attaining protection in the grave, ease in barzakh, and mercy on qiyamah. Practical spiritual disciplines, including sincere prayer, continuous remembrance, Quranic reflection, ethical acts, supplications, and self-purification, cultivate awareness of angels Malak al-Tadbīr and their operations. Conversely, arrogance, heedlessness, sinful indulgence, and rejection of guidance disrupt alignment, resulting in spiritual constriction and hardship in the unseen realms. The teachings surrounding angels Malak al-Tadbīr also reveal a deep Sufi insight. While angels continuously obey Allah in perfect submission, humans who cultivate their hearts, control the nafs, and synchronize their deeds with divine will can surpass even the angels in spiritual station. This truth embodies the mystical potential of human life, a life that is conscious, obedient, and fully aligned with divine decree. Ultimately, angels Malak al-Tadbīr serve as both guides and mirrors. They remind the seeker of the precision, justice, and mercy of Allah, urging the soul toward ethical perfection, spiritual vigilance, and total surrender. Recognition of their presence, whether through spiritual perception, dreams, or mystical unveiling, is a sign of a heart attuned to divine order and a soul prepared for the eternal journey beyond this world. Thank you for watching our video. If you enjoy this content and find it beneficial, we kindly ask you to like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel for more authentic, faith-strengthening content, and let's continue this journey of knowledge together. Inshallah, see you in the next video. Allah Hafiz.